Hi, and thank you for joining me for this short video on how to dispatch using Timeline, as well as how to bill. Right away here, once you're logged into your database, the first thing that you'll do is click on the Timeline application found at the top on the left. Once it's loaded up, you'll see kind of how this looks. I'll explain it. On the left side here are all your trips, and on the right side here are all the drivers. You scroll up and down, and then right here in the middle is the schedule. So the first thing that we're going to do is create a load. So right away we'll just go ahead and click this plus sign, and then next we'll type in the customer. I'm going to choose my Nick's Toiletries customer. And then the next thing we'll do here is choose the type. I'm just going to do regular run, and then I don't need anything else. I'm just going to go ahead and click this check mark. And now we're going to be adding stops. So my first stop is going to be my house. And then I'll leave all the times and everything because I'm just going through this real quick, and I'll just hit the check mark. We'll hit OK. And now you'll see that the stop has been added. You can click on this map icon to see exactly where the stop is, and then you'll be able to see how the route's being built through here as well. So I'll go ahead and I'll continue to add another stop. The next one will be Mila's Salon. We'll go ahead and just click the check mark, save this stop, okay. And I'm going to go through and do this for the rest of the ones here that I have listed. So one thing to note here, that you can add a driver at any time. So typically I would add all the stops and then add a driver, but since I'm showing you guys, I might as well do it right now. I'm going to add a driver by just clicking that, and then we will type in Jeff Beard. You'll see that he's populated on the right here with a subtle highlight, and then we'll go ahead and click the check mark. You can see that everything went green now that it's assigned to a driver. I'm going to continue and add the rest of my stops. I might take away Middleton Roofing. Let's see here. Yep. So Middleton Roofing right away, as you can see, it kind of threw down that dot in the middle of the United States, and it's actually the geographical middle. So if anything happens like that, if you see any locations populate like this, then it's most likely a good idea to go and double check your geocodes, your locations, and ensure that they're geocoded correctly, or maybe you might have to recode them. But just go ahead and go double check your locations, and it should be resolved pretty easily. I'm going to change this to Middleton Pool so that I can keep this going in a good route. I'll hit the check mark. And then one more back to my house. Perfect. So you can go ahead and click this map icon again, and you can look at your route and double check it. And then to get out of it, you just have to click out of it. So that's how you dispatch. That's how you set up a load. If you have any questions, please let us know. You can contact us. And then I guess I'll just go ahead right into billing. So with this load I just created, I'll go ahead and I'll click this little bill icon, and you can see you add a billing type, a quantity, a rate, and then you can add another one. So I'm actually going to show you guys. I'll add two. I'm going to do a by hour. We'll go quantity 1.5 at $40 an hour. Cool. And then we'll go ahead and click this addition icon and we'll go by mile. Throw in a quantity, 24, and then we'll go 1.99 as the rate. And then you can see how it easily populates. You can easily change the driver as well by just clicking on the driver and it'll populate on the right here. And then you can hit the pencil icon and then you can throw in a different driver. We'll throw in Brian Burns. And I'm just going to see if it can do this on its own. Burns. And then we'll just go ahead and, do you want to save changes to this route? Okay. And I'm going to double check. And now Brian Burns is assigned to it. So that's an easy way to just change the driver. And then what else do we have here? So once the load is completed, you can go into here and you can mark that by just clicking on this assigned icon that's green. And then you can click complete and it'll change everything to that nice shade of blue. And then what else do we have? Once you have completed the load, then you'll go back into the billing icon and you will go ahead and click bill. And now it says billed. So that's about it as far as dispatching and billing. Now I'll just kind of show you guys a couple more features regarding this application here. We'll click out of there. So like I was saying, on the left side are your trips and on the right side are your drivers. And there's a couple different views to look at all this information. So right now we're in list view. It makes a really good list view, as you guys can see. And then in dispatch view, and it's still the same, on the left is the trips and on the right is the drivers. So in dispatch view, you can slide left to right and up and down. So it gives a really nice way to look at all the information. And then finally we have overview, and it's the same exact thing as dispatch view. You can just see a lot more information at one time. And then lastly, if you're ever in the case where you're adding a bunch of things and you're not seeing it populate, I suggest you just go right to this refresh icon and you click that and let it all load back up again. And there's a little slide tool that you can use right here to kind of shorten the view, get a smaller view of it. But other than that, I think I've showed most of the features. You can go ahead and comment on the YouTube page. We can answer through there, or you can send us an email, or feel free to give us a call if you have any questions about any of this. But yeah, thanks for your time, and I hope to hear from you guys in the future.